Imagine a war that doesn't just span decades, it spans centuries, not because of the fighting, but because of the physics of travel. You are William Mandela, a drafted soldier sent to fight an alien enemy across the galaxy, only to return home after what feels like months to find that centuries have passed on Earth. Society has changed, language has evolved, and you are a stranger in your own time. Welcome to the Forever War, the seminal, mind-bending, and profoundly moving first installment in Joe Haldeman's legendary sci-fi series. If you love time dilation tropes, hard military sci-fi, and stories that explore the sheer, unadulterated tragedy of soldiers who fight for a future they will never truly belong to, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in speculative fiction, blending the visceral terror of interstellar combat with the profound loneliness of temporal displacement. The narrative kicks off with Mandela's recruitment and training, preparing him for a conflict against the Taurans, an enemy humanity barely understands. The atmosphere is thick with the sterile chill of military bases, the disorienting hum of collapsar jumps, and the creeping dread of knowing that every mission sends you further away from the world you knew. Haldeman excels at capturing the psychological toll of relativistic warfare, making every battle, every loss of a comrade, and every return to a radically different Earth feel like a high-stakes gamble where the price of victory is your own humanity. At the core of the book's massive appeal is its spectacular relativistic soldier trope and the brilliant societal critique dynamic. This isn't just about shooting lasers, it's about navigating a military machine that views soldiers as expendable resources, understanding the absurdity of a war fought over misunderstandings, and using human resilience to survive an environment that is literally trying to erase your place in history. Watching Mandela navigate the bureaucratic nightmares of the United Nations Exploratory Force, forge deep bonds with fellow draftees, and completely shock future generations with his archaic values is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the emotional weight of the time jumps to life, making the silence of space and the chaos of battle feel incredibly real and deeply immersive. But beyond the spectacular science and the war mechanics, the soul of the Forever War lies in its characters and the heavy burden of isolation. Mandela isn't just a hero, he is a deeply human individual struggling with the moral weight of killing for a cause that becomes increasingly abstract. The emotional anchor of the story is his fierce, complicated bond with Mary Gay Potter, a fellow soldier who shares his curse of outliving their own era. Their relationship becomes the only constant in a universe of change, proving that even when time itself is the enemy, love can be the ultimate act of rebellion. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes a steady, haunting march through history. The war drags on, becoming more absurd and more deadly, forcing Mandela into a final confrontation that challenges the very reason for the conflict. The finale is a breathtaking display of philosophical brilliance, overwhelming emotional courage, and raw, unbridled truth. Mandela doesn't just survive the war, he survives the peace, delivering a deeply satisfying, emotionally resonant payoff that proves humanity's greatest weapon isn't its technology, it's its capacity to endure. The Forever War is a triumph of the science fiction genre. It is smart, heartbreaking, and unapologetically classic. Joe Haldeman has crafted a novel that perfectly captures the thrill and tragedy of the ultimate soldier's journey. Plug in your headphones, check your chronometer, and join Mandela. The war is forever, but his story is just beginning.